Hi guys, I'm back in the car now after showing you the Airbnb that I'm servicing. Hope you're well. Like I said, it is so hot. You can't believe, guys, the way it is so warm. Oh my God, the weather has completely changed. It's hot, 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 hot. And I'm not prepared for it, not one bit. But I'm excited about it. I'm very, very happy that it's warm because I'm really sick and tired of the cold weather. Hey, let me show you guys what's going on outside there so that you can see how people are dressed and enjoying the weather. So I'm not going to say too much. You're just going to enjoy the ride with me back home so that you see around where the Airbnb is. It's a very nice environment. And I'm actually going to start talking to people that own Airbnbs and see whether they might want some marketing. Yeah, why not do it for them? Yeah. Okay, guys, let's go. Welcome. Alright guys, let's go.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna.
So this is lovely sunny Cardiff. I tell you, you cannot believe this is the place that we were in. It's so sunny and beautiful. Oh my God. Absolutely gorgeous. It's so sunny.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you.
The nice thing with Cardiff, there's people from all over. It's almost like a mini London, actually. And there's almost nothing that you cannot find in Cardiff. One of the nice things about Cardiff is the shopping. It's really nice. People tell me, oh, Maureen, you just like going out there to shop. African Queen Mo, you and shopping. Yeah, but what else is there to do in a country like this one? It's work and shop and eat and sleep. That's the reason why I'm gaining weight, which is really wrong. But I haven't really been doing too much shopping, especially not the type of shopping that I enjoy doing, which is buying nice clothes and stuff like that. Haven't been able to do that because of the economy, guys. You know, it's been a tough, tight economy. And everybody's affected. Yeah, everybody is affected by this economy. But what we do is that we try to keep positive, you know. Don't keep thinking, just think about how you can make the money. How? Because there are still people who are making the money, you know, taking advantage of the situation. What I've learned from my cleans, my domestic cleans, is that everybody's not in the same boat. There's some people who are living comfortably. They manage either to save or they have investments, so they're not affected by this economy as much as others, and they're able to afford my services. Others are bargaining to the end. Even when they don't need to bargain, they will bargain, you know. And others are actually truly, you know, needing assistance and help but can't afford it. And or can just barely afford it, or can afford very minimum. So what you have to do when you have a service is to consider all the types of different clients that you have. Yeah, and all their budgets. Yeah, so that, you know, at least you can offer a service to people that is relevant. So enjoy. So we're going into Cardiff City Centre, so you can see how close it is to that apartment. It's just like a few minutes walk and you're right in the city centre. So anybody who wants to come and visit Cardiff, please come, you know. I can show you where to stay if you want to be right near the city centre. And this is Cardiff Castle area, which is something that you can actually enjoy coming to see. There's a lot of tourists right now. Unlike many countries where there are no tourists, here there's plenty of tourists. Plenty. I see people wearing dresses and I'm like very jealous. I want a sundress, man. I want a sundress. Here there's a lot of discipline on the roads in a way, especially in the city center. But if you get on the highway, oh my God, it's so frightening. Driving on the highway, people drive like mad. Crazy. Okay, so, you guys, for those of you who are thinking about like relocating out of Kenya or out of Africa or out of the countries that you're in to come to different countries such as the UK, whether it be Wales, whether it be England or Scotland or Ireland or any other country in Europe, all I can say to you is you just need to understand that it is not as easy as it seems, but it's still possible. Yeah, so give yourself enough time to plan. Give yourself enough time to plan. It's not normally, unless you're very lucky, it's not an automatic process. It's a long-term thing. You start planning to relocate maybe 2 years or 3 years before you actually do it. Yes, we're talking about years. I'm not talking about months. I'm talking about years. So you need to think about how to survive during that period before you relocate. So, because there's so many things to consider. There's a financial angle. There's also the fact that you might have family members, if you're going to travel with family or not. If you have family, if you have children, you have to consider their education. Maybe they're in the middle of the school year. You don't want to disrupt them. And then you also have to make sure that you have created a nest for them. I always tell parents that under normal circumstances, it makes sense as a parent, as a caregiver, to create a nest and a safe environment for your child before you relocate. I understand that there are many people who are telling people to relocate with their children immediately. I don't know about that. Maybe things like green cards require that. But I believe that there must be an exit clause for all of these things. Because I don't think there's any government in this world who would want anybody to relocate with children when they're not in a position to look after those children adequately and themselves in the country where they're going. So you may be adding another layer of stress for yourself and your child if you relocate with your child, whether you're married couple or single, and especially if you're a single parent. Especially if you're a single parent. Really have to consider how you're going to survive, how you're going to work. You have to work to pay the bills. You might have to work odd hours. And how are you going to ensure security for your children at home? Let's say if they are left at home during the night, who is going to look after them? Because in these countries, to hire help to look after your children, it costs almost the same, if not more, than the income that you're going to be earning once you first arrive here. Because what normally happens is that, you see, like for me, I'm also educated with a degree, certificate and all that. There are times that you're going to have to put those things down and just concentrate on other areas. Okay, you just take the job that is available before, not any job, but you take a job that you know that you can do well and be happy at. All right, because we can all do different things. Whichever job is available, that's the one that you do, really, honestly. Yeah, so I would just say, yeah, you want to relocate. Yes, these countries are beautiful. Yes, they have nice roads. It looks so orderly. It looks so nice and clean and everything. But on the other hand, it's also very expensive, and you'll be alone. All right, it will be where you will be the only person responsible for your life here, unless you're lucky to come with a partner. And even with your partner, you will be the only people responsible for your lives here. So you have to be getting along with your partner exceedingly well. So what I say is that, yes, it's a good idea to relocate if you want to for a period of time, but please, be careful not to just go get certificates of sponsorship from just anybody. Be very, very careful about buying these certificates of sponsorship. And the reason why, because there is an alternative. These governments in these developed countries like the UK do not expect poor people in Africa to go and pay middlemen to come and do jobs for which they are desperate for workers in this country. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you paying a middleman £10,000, £6,000 to purchase a certificate of sponsorship when you can actually come minus all of that? When you can actually, come here without having to pay that, only having to pay your ticket and maybe showing that you can even being sponsored by an organization. Why do you have to do that? It's because you don't have confidence in yourself, and because you don't have patience, and because you have so much anxiety. People will take advantage of you. They will definitely do that. They will. People are in business to make money. So what I would say to you is, if you want to be smart, go the right way. There's always a way. Always a way. You can even come as a student, part-time student, and then change, to become, you're also allowed to work, by the way, as a part-time student. And some of the colleges here or the courses here are quite reasonable. You can quite afford them. I think I showed you a guy who was at Cardiff and Vale College, who started by, paying so little money to do courses here and there. And right now they would probably give you these visas to come as a student, because they also know that when you come here you'll be working, and they do need workers here. I was listening to a radio program yesterday that was talking about the crisis in the agricultural sector, horticultural sector. They don't have people to pick asparagus. Asparagus, which is a seasonal vegetable, needs a whole bunch of people to pick them. But when they advertise, not a single person from the UK is applying for these jobs. And so the farmers are desperate. And we, on the other hand, consumers, are also desperate to find these consumables, to find these vegetables in the stores. But we don't find them. Sometimes we don't have them in adequate amounts, because there's nobody to pick them. There are no pickers. Yeah. So just know that if you want to come, don't put pressure on anybody outside here, and don't put pressure on yourself. Just start the process. Start by wanting to learn. What do I have to do? And there's relatives of mine and friends of mine who have told me that I really have to try and help people to relocate. And I've been thinking about it a lot, because, as you know, my principles, yeah? But on the other hand, I understand that life has become exceedingly expensive in countries such as Kenya, and even impossible, especially for young people, and even for older people, even for people in their 50s and 60s who are feeling very insecure right now. Can't afford a meal, can't afford, in case they get sick, what's going to happen to them? They can't even afford to go to the hospital, still have energy, don't have land, you don't have your own home. 99% of people in the city center are actually renting. Yeah, over 90% of people in the city center are renters. They're not owners of property. So majority of us are renting in Kenya, for example. So you get older and you feel insecure, so you want to relocate. Yes, it makes sense actually. Relocate, go and make some money, build yourself a house or buy yourself a home at home, and then maybe relocate back, or even continue to stay here if you prefer. Yeah, so I don't want to talk too much about this right now, because I have to have a sit-down session and about it. It's not something we just discuss, yeah? Just like that. In the meantime, just enjoy the scenery, okay?
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. And we can do nothing at all. So what? If you're stupid, then you know it's nothing wrong. But you and me got a whole lot of meaning, I don't know how. But you and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
It's really warm, by the way, guys. Really warm. I need to open my windows a bit. Wow, it's too hot. Look at me, I'm sweating now. There's our fellow brother walking. Along here, by the way, there's a lot of student housing in this area. Cardiff is actually almost like it's a student city. There's so many colleges in Cardiff and universities and accommodation for students. So I think that it's very ideal. If you're a student, Cardiff is a good place to be, by the way. They take education seriously and they're also very warm towards students, honestly. Very hospitable towards students.
Say what you wanna say to me now.
So guys, I mean, you know, these are the kinds of things that, these are the reasons why we like to come and live in these countries, because it's easy to drive, there are rules on the road. Yes, even if there are bullies, they still have rules to follow. So there's a limit. On top of that, the law works. People are kind of self-regulated. There's cameras everywhere. You don't go speeding the way you want. Yeah, okay. Well, I think I'm going to stop the video here. Yeah, I'm sweating, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good, by the way. And the song that I'm singing is actually Oliver Mtukutsi's I'm Feeling Low. And I'm changing it to I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. Help me, Lord, I'm feeling good. Somebody called me the singing Maureen. Yeah, it's true, me, I love music. Yeah, so basically, guys, like I was saying, if you want to come here, it's okay. You know, you can come, you can plan to come, but please give yourself time. And if you have kids, don't travel with your kids yet. I can tell you from experience, it's not easy to travel with children. And it's not easy to look after children in these environments. It's very, very expensive, extremely expensive, time consuming. And if you're the kind of person who wants to set up a business or you want to work and make money and support, you're better off actually creating employment for your family members back in your countries and leave them your kids. We have the African tradition where we say a village raises a child. You know, it's time for us to consider that and to reconsider it. There's no failure. You are not a failure because you took your child and left it with your mother, or left her or him with your mom or the auntie, somebody to raise, somebody that you trust that's going to look after them, even a very good family friend. You're not a failure for doing that. That is the African way. That is the way that we have always done it. It's always been that way. Yeah? And so even more now when we are facing threats to our economy, threats to our financial health, threats even to our lives. Because if you don't have a job, you know, it's a threat. If your child cannot go to school, that's a threat to their future. But I was always planning anyway to go back home because I knew that my son needed space where he could grow, where he could go outside and enjoy himself and play football and whatever. And also I was a single mom. If you're a married couple, that's a whole different story. whole different story. But if you're a single parent, you really need all the support you can get. If you cannot leave your child with anybody at home, then be ready when you come here. Have enough money to look after yourself and your child as much as possible, or make sure that you have a job that pays you adequate enough money to take care of your expenses, which you can do. You can apply for a job and they can offer you a very good salary and even benefits. They can offer you a car, they can offer you accommodation, but it's rare. Mostly they'll just offer you a good salary, and with that salary you have to know whether you can live a decent life with your child, or whether you're going to be able to afford after school activities, which all cost money. Even 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours costs money, which is something I used to do with my son. I used to work very hard so that he can attend all the after school activities. So me, my son in America was attending after school activities, and that's because I started a business. I had started a business where I was selling crafts and curios and jewelry and things like that. So that, just to make sure that my son is going to be able to enjoy his time in America, and I myself will be released and free to work. So, don't be cheated. This thing of certificate of sponsorship, all I can say is, if you buy it, you're buying it at your own risk, because right now it's very difficult for companies to assure you adequate number of hours to repay the loan that you take for this certificate of sponsorship. And the government here in the UK is cracking down both on the people who are advertising these quack organizations who are stealing from their own brothers and sisters in Africa, and also on the people who buy the certificates. So really there's no point. There's really no point. So now that I've almost reached home, guys, very soon I'm going to be enrolling in exercise classes, because honestly the way I have just become so plump, that's the right word, plump. It's like as if I'm being fattened for slaughter or something, just like the chickens. Like, when did I gain all this weight? No wonder I can hardly move. It's so painful. It's been hard to move. My feet are aching all the time because of carrying additional weight. Imagine your feet aching. It's even embarrassing. But it's also because you can't move around because it's too cold, so that kind of thing. So anyway, guys, it's been lovely chatting with you. I'm going to say goodbye to you, and unfortunately sorry that I'm talking to you as I drive, and I hope that you understand that in these countries, to find even that time where I can sit down and chat with you is not that simple, because when I go home, most likely I'll be interrupted by the children, or get on to new things that I need to do. Like, for example, now it's 1 o'clock, I'll probably go home and cook. All right, I hope I've made it up to you. I've given you a very long vlog. I've showed you the kind of work that I'm doing. I've done the reveal of the job that I'm doing, which I'm really enjoying. And my God, every time I look at my phone, hi Maureen, can you please get in touch? And they're very polite. Oh my God, get in touch. We're interested in a deep clean. Is it a standard clean? Is it a deep clean? So those of you who are interested in coming here, maybe you can come and help me to do these cleanings of apartments and houses. But you have to be very hardworking. Me, I don't take people who are lazy, man. You have to come here and work hard. And people who are saying, oh, I have a bad back. Oh no, the job is not for you then. If you have a bad back, I'm sorry about it, but this is not the job for you. You need to come here when you're healthy. And for me, I'm going to do that now that I realize that I've really gained a lot of weight. I looked at myself. Those changing rooms, they don't lie. Those mirrors of the changing rooms, they should be sued. They don't lie. Okay guys, I've arrived home. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you, and God keep you, and keep positive. Those of you who are still in Kenya, who are in Kenya feeling very discouraged with life and wondering what's happening next, just know that God has a plan for you, okay? So don't give up. Don't give up. God has a plan for all of us. Some of us it's out here, some of you it's over there, and God can help you thrive anywhere in this world, okay guys?